composite shapes. Now, a lot of the times kids will get here, or students, I shouldn't call you guys kids, students will get here and people working on these problems will get stuck because they don't look at a shape like this and realise that it's made up of two different parts. You've got a semicircle here and a rectangle here. So the area of that shape is just the area of this plus the area of that. So the area of composite shapes, I'll write it down for you, is the sum, okay, which means addition, of all different areas in the shape. So it doesn't matter what sort of shape you get, as long as you can break it down into sections that you know the rules for, okay, or that you can find the rules for. So it doesn't matter if my shape looks like this at all, okay, because I can break that shape down into four shapes that I know the rules for. I've got a circle, I've got a triangle, I've got a rectangle, and I have a trapezium. So I can work out the area here, the area here, the area here, the area here, and I can add them all together. So the total area is the area of the trapezium plus the area of the rectangle plus the area of the semicircle plus the area of the triangle. So it's not really all that hard if you can link them all back to those initial formulas. And if you guys can't remember all of these formulas, okay, be they area or be they perimeter, write them in your summary books. Okay, that's what they are there for, so that anything you cannot remember you can write down. There's one more section we need to be concerned about, and that's conversion of units. And this trips people up all the time, okay? In one dimension, it's normally fairly easy. One dimension, okay? Which, when we're talking about it, is length, okay? Which corresponds to perimeter, okay? It's easy. 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter, okay? 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. You know all of them, okay? It is trickier when you get into 2 dimensions, which is where a lot of people get stuck. In 2 dimensions, okay, we're talking about area, okay, and you're not just converting one, you're actually converting in 2 dimensions. So you convert once and then you convert again, okay? Can't see that. So you convert once, then you convert again. So if you're converting an area, and I'm pretty sure you'll end up in volume as well, if you're converting in area, okay, and this was, let's say this was 10 centimeters, okay, and this was 10 centimeters, and I asked you to convert that into millimeters, okay, then this would be 100 millimeters, and this would be 100 millimeters. So length is easy. But if I asked you to work out the area of this shape, okay, this 10 centimeters square, the area of this shape, okay, it's easy, it's 100 centimeters. Okay, length times length, length squared, 10 times 10. Okay, but then if I asked, oh, don't forget to put your squared on there. If I asked you to convert that into millimeters, many of you might just say, oh, that's easy, that's 1,000 millimeters squared. But it's wrong, it's not, okay? Because you've only converted the dimension once. You've gone 100 centimeters, sorry, 100 millimeters, and then multiply that by 10, which will get you to 1,000, but you need to do that twice, okay? So it actually is 10,000 millimeters squared. You actually need to multiply by 100. Okay, now I'm going to draw a little diagram here to explain it to you, but you square the transformation. So up here where we're talking about this, okay, where you multiply by 10 or divide by 10 or do whatever you're doing, you actually square that. So what you end up with is millimeters squared, centimeters squared, meters squared and kilometers squared, okay, if you're going to that way, you're dividing by 10 squared, okay. If you're going this way, you're dividing by 100 squared. So the number you're dividing by doesn't change. You just need to make sure that you remember you're doing it twice in 2 dimensions, okay. When you're coming back, you multiply by 1000 squared, multiply by 100 squared. So it doesn't change what you're doing. You just need to 10 squared. You need to make sure you do it twice. You're changing dimensions twice because you're dealing with 2 of them.